guys, I'm Alanah and welcome to Button Bash. 2015 is shaping up to be a pretty good year for gamers, with loads of 2014's delayed releases actually coming out next year thanks to delays. Thanks was probably the wrong word there, but I digress. This is the second last part in a video series where I've been letting you guys know all about the biggest titles coming out. So if you're jumping on board now, today we're chatting about some more of the games that don't yet have release dates, and we're rolling through the alphabet. This is games starting with K all the way through to S that are coming out sometime in 2015. First up, Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain is kind of a big deal. It's the 5th main addition to the Metal Gear Solid franchise and is set to be yet another action-adventure stealth game being directed by Hideo Kojima. He's pretty legit. It's set directly after Ground Zeroes, which was an hour-long-ish game that largely flew under the radar and follows Venom Snake, of course, but this time in Africa and Afghanistan, apparently during the Soviet War. So the gameplay is supposed to be fundamentally the same as Ground Zeroes, which I have played, and it basically just involved a whole lot of sneaking and tracking enemies to make sure you don't go down in a barrage of bullets, and if you do get spotted, it's pretty hard to make it out alive. But the Phantom Pain adds in more than just crouching and crawling. The open world map is supposed to be enormous, so they say, and Snake will be able to use cars, tanks, horses, rock climbing, and the classic old feet to complete missions in apparently any order that you choose, which is interesting. It's a little bit hard to comprehend at this point, but apparently you'll be able to complete missions in any order you like, with the story still somehow making sense. Kojima said that this is because he found the previous games to be too restrictive, and his new approach is intended to offer a true open world experience. It sounds pretty awesome to me, but I guess we'll see how it goes. Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain is expected to release in the first quarter of 2015 for PC, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, Xbox 360 and Xbox One. No Man's Sky may not be considered a big release, but it sure is a big game in terms of scale, and I couldn't not mention it since it sounds so damn cool. It's an upcoming adventure game for the PlayStation 4 that takes place in a procedurally generated open universe with apparently 18 quintillion possible planets for you to explore. You have a trusty spacecraft that allows you to visit different planets, and a hyperdrive that will eventually allow you to visit planets that friends have found over the internet, meaning that maybe, just maybe, you'll almost slightly scratch the surface of this seemingly enormous game. I'm still not entirely sure what you do in No Man's Sky though. Planets we've seen thus far feature plants and animals and some hostile forces while you're traveling around, but beyond that, who knows, really. It's a seriously ambitious project and is a timed exclusive for the PS4, expected to release in 2015. Quantum Break is an upcoming Xbox One exclusive third-person action game in development by Remedy Entertainment, who made Alan Wake, which I actually kind of hate, but never mind. It's a cover-based shooter, which sounds pretty standard, but offers time manipulation mechanics. The three main characters can each manipulate time differently, with one of them able to see into the future to make better decisions, and another able to stop time completely. The plot ties in nicely with this, of course, with an experiment based around time travel going horribly wrong at a fictional university in the US called Riverport University that somehow causes time to break down. Apparently Remedy actually called in a scientist to help writing the plot, so it adheres to theoretical physics, which is promising. The game is expected to release on the Xbox One in Q2 of 2015. Shadow Realms is an upcoming RPG that's basically BioWare's take on the new 4v1 gameplay trend, because there aren't enough of those already. It's set to be an episodic narrative-driven game with the 4 players, known as heroes, able to choose from 6 classes, and another player is the Shadow Lord, who's the bad guy, who gets to control minions, set traps, and alter the environment in an attempt to stop the heroes from achieving their goal. It's actually set in modern-day Earth and also on a parallel world called Embra, with the heroes discovering a hidden passageway between the two, revealing a war that has raged for centuries. As the heroes play through the seemingly in-depth story, they're given a whole heap of character and combat customization options where you can choose to cast fireballs or shoot guns or swing melee weapons. It's almost confusing how diverse this game seems. I'll admit though, I am curious. It's set to release on PC sometime next year. That brings us to the end of next year's game releases from K through to S, though I want to give an extra mention to the reboot of Star Wars Battlefront, oh yeah. Stay tuned for the rest of 2015's big releases in the next episode. I'm Alanah, and thanks for watching.